Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Eddie Plays. Today I am reacting to the TV show The Expanse. It's a show that I've been wanting to react to. I just haven't had the chance to get around to it. Um, but before we begin, a few quick things. Um, if you would like to stay up to date with the most recent news on this channel, you can follow me over on Twitter. If you want to support me, you can follow me over on Patreon, and you can find the links to my names or tags to those two websites here below, and you can find the links in the description below as well. And if you are interested in reading some of my short stories, you can read them for free. You can go ahead and find me on Royal Road under Eddie Writes. And that's it for those, I guess, social plugs. The next thing is the format of this reaction video. The way I'll be doing it is I'll be watching it and reacting, and then after the reaction, I'll have a sort of just a general discussion of it, likes and dislikes of the show, and also maybe some theories talking about like what I think will happen in future episodes. And those of you who have watched this show already, don't be mad if I get something wrong. Don't get mad if I get things wildly incorrect. It's just me theorizing, thinking what might happen, what might not happen in the TV show. And that's about it. This reaction is available in the chopped up format, the small one where you can get the clips of the TV show here. But it's also available in the full form. Well, the chopped up format is available on YouTube, and the full length reaction is also available on YouTube. No exclusivity. I just sometimes I have ideas that I think are really good, and I want to hear other people's opinions, and I don't want the Patreon paywall to be a reason why you're not able to engage in these discussions. So the Patreon is just for support. You're not getting it before you're not getting it beforehand. There's you'll get a chance to vote on like future reactions, but it's just to support me. That's pretty much all it is. But on YouTube you'll have access to the full reaction and to the chopped up version. So like the reactions that I've done in the past, not that many at this point. I've only done like one. I've done a few. Your notebook. You have your notebook. If you have some viewers, I got my Pokemon viewers over here, and hard to see, but the Mandalorian is over there in the back, sitting on top of a box for my monitor, and then sitting on top of the box for my steam cooker. Anyways, let's go ahead and let me get a drink of water really quick because I'm thirsty. I'm getting hungry. I have an onigiri, but it's in the kitchen and I'm already in here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll tell you when I press play. Pressing play. Not 3, 2, 1. It's 3, 2, 1, go. So at 3, 2, 1, go. Like that. That's what I'm gonna do it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's a pretty sweet intro so far. Casanvar. Oh, New York. Oh, they colonized the moon. I've been playing Mass Effect recently for the first time in It just seems a good show to pair with Mass Effect. Now, I should mention this, that I've never watched the show. I think maybe I've watched the first episode, but I've never watched the full season. Yeah, maybe just the first episode of the first season is all I've watched. But I'm gonna try to do all of it. I'm gonna try to do all of it. Let's go. In the 23rd century, humans have colonized the solar system. The UN controls Earth. Mars is an independent military power. Oh. The inner planets depend on the resources of the asteroid belt. Belters live and work in space. In the belt, air and water are more precious than gold. For decades, tensions have been rising. Earth, Mars, and the belt are now on the brink of war. All it will take is a single spark. Makes sense. So, asteroid belt residents called Belters. The hair is totally CG. I'm curious how much of it is CG and how much of it isn't. It makes sense though, right? That's all the water you got left. What was this show on? Sci-fi? Oh, I mean, what channel in the US? Sci-fi, I think. Oh, I thought she kicked herself out of the ship and into space. Sweet mag boots. A TV show about space. You would have to really find workarounds so that your characters aren't always floating. So her hair is now in a ponytail, so now you don't have to worry about floaty hair. That's a big ass wrench. Blood on the door. Is that an empty suit? I didn't see a face. I think it might be an empty suit. Sweet. Wow. Is that an AI? No, it's a core. Engine core? Neutrinos? I'm just saying random shit now. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? What was that? Sweet Lord Almighty. Earthers and Dusters. So Ceres is a city, asteroid city. Hey, is that guy? Hey, is that guy too? From somewhere. Water rationing remains in effect. Well, voila. So they got their own kind of slang. Makes sense, right? After however many years that they've been here, they would have their own slang, development in their own language. Belter Creole. She killed him. I should pay attention to the subtitles for foreign languages. Rockhopper. Longbone. So low G muscle development. Some discrimination amongst different individuals. Long bone. Hey, is that guy? I don't know any names. I'm just, hey, is that guy? Hey, is that guy? I don't know. He was like a reaper. Taking payoffs. Star Helix Police. Interesting, interesting. Oh, look at that mustache. Gross, man. Why'd you just get like a wet towel? Hey, is that lady? Oh, the lady that. A lot of lore. A lot of lore. It's all in the files. A humidifier, nice. I got one too. I need it. Air gets really dry. It's the Black Keys. The Black Keys. Oh look. Oh. The it looked like a microchip. What is it? Asteroid Collection microchip. Ooh. Sexing. 0G sex. Not what I was expecting. You know, you get your arm cut off and then you go to 0G sex. Come on, man. Hey, is that lady? Whoever that is. So, Asteroid Collection at a microchip layout. I'm really stuck on that. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for more Easter egg layouts. BioJoe regrow. Is it messing with this open wound in the mess hall? Cantus ship. Pry bar. I'm just thinking crowbar. Is he wearing Beats by Drake? 300 years in the future? You would imagine there'd be something else. They're not Beats by Drake. They're just regular old headphones. I'm curious why I never finished watching this first episode. I'm remembering that I remember the bar scene, but that's about it. XO has gone fucking insane. What's with all the guns? Anti-collector? Hey, is that guy? Breaking Bad, right? Oh man, this guy's good. This guy's real good. Mental breakdown, bro. I mean, I guess not everybody's cut out to be out in space for so long, right? How many people are there in the 23rd century? Damn, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry right now. It's a terrible time to get hungry. That's all I'm gonna think about. Yeah. So out in space, 5 years. I'm sure they dog in places, but I don't know. Maybe you just go crazy. This is the part where in the video game where you have to choose. You know? He chose one option, and now she's gonna remember what he did. Your navigator's gonna remember that. Alright, I was looking for something. Jim, such an unassuming name. That chair has a lot of wires. Why? Cantus series. Okay. One's a ship, one's a city. So take off the tips of the matches and then drink it with your coffee. A rat on a ship. I wouldn't know how. What's he looking for? Voices? Julie. There's another part in the video game where you have to make a choice. Earth and Luna. Oh, it's a nice house. At least she was cool with it. I thought he had like a rock. What's approaching? Sound like a flying car. Hey, Statue of Liberty looks different. Protected. Hard to reach. UN black site. Whoa, look at those crashing waves. What was that? Oh, that dude is super tall. Oh, I see. The gravity of Earth isn't working well with his... Yeah. Damn. I wonder if it's really that bad, right? What'd she say? Are they sick? There's a fire? Like there's party of fire. Yeah, he took that payoff in that train. Yo, get the girl with the mohawk. I bet she's tight as fuck. With the mohawk like that? Boy. Naomi. Acceleration drug dispenser. Oh boy. Oh boy, no thank you. Interesting. I like this idea. So they need to take drugs to withstand that increase in G's. Let's go. Oh man, this is pretty good. That was nice. So oh, it's a little ship. It's just two of them. Not a very big team. Mega boots. You know, life out on the belt sounds terrible. Oh, there's more. When did they come in? Damn, so they got to travel 2 hours to it? You would think that you'd be able to see it off in the distance, right? At least the asteroid. But 2 hours? I mean, it's a straight shot. There's nothing else in front of you aside from more stars. Oh, it's Mustache Guy. Wait, isn't he a cop too? Isn't Mustache Guy a cop? Good night, sir. Ooh. That'll make your stomach go. Brr. Oh, okay, they've arrived. Fitter scopuli. Sweet space guns. Maybe any gun you take into space is a space gun. It's a good show. I'm really into it. I'm really into it. You can probably tell by how much I'm not talking. Oh, that's a big ass hole. Never mind, it's not that big. I don't know how space stuff works, but if a hole that big, maybe you don't need that large of an object, right? You know, the pressure from the outside to the inside would probably tear open that hole. I wonder if they're... Well, they wouldn't be walking upside down. They'd just be walking... Because it's consuming humans. Unless it's... or it's missing. Space pirates? That's a head. Or a helmet. I didn't even think about that. Oh wait, the bodies were consumed by the whatever that blue thing was. Missing? Oh man. Yeah. How the hell didn't it show up? Cloaking device? Mirrors? Mirrors. Interesting, interesting. Stealth spaceship. You know, I'm not talking much during this stuff, but boy, do I got a lot of notes. Mars. How big of a ship we talking about? It's a big ass ship. Stealth space. Tech. The hell? Is that a real bird? What's a bird doing? I'm not, I'm not even just gonna assume that there are animals. Various kinds of different animals in space. There's a rat, there's a bird. There it is again. It's feeling all weird because of the lower gravity. That's so cool. That'd be so fun. Sleeves are tight. There's some weird angles here. Or some off-putting angles. Oh no. Send him out the airlock? How does he have access to that? Or just taking out the air? I thought he was gonna like toss his fool out into space. Okay, yeah, not bad. So he's not all that bad, right? He's got a sensitive side. I want to write down these names. Oh no. So my question is, are these like they belong to companies and they have like some kind of like private military training? Damn, those torpedoes are going fast. I'm pregnant. Damn. That is crazy cool. I mean, that's one way to reduce your cast, right? Have some of the main characters that you want to invest in and then just kill off the rest. Yeah, but there's more than that, right? It wasn't just pirates. It wasn't just Mars pirates, right? It was more. There was like 4 nukes. Damn, dude. Let's go ahead and seal that up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Immediate I guess immediate thoughts. Immediate thoughts. Well, I liked it. It was a good show, good first episode. I must have watched it a while ago because I only remembered a few things about it, but completely forgot about the way it ended. And I forgot about most of it. But I mean, yeah, I like it. I should have put this down on the in the beginning of the video, but you know, just talk about likes, dislikes. First of all, so likes, dislikes, and then you know, there's really no particular order, but I'm gonna go down the list, right? So here's a list of all the stuff. Likes, dislikes. Likes. It's a. I mean the just the sci-fi of it, right? Just the sets, the clothing, the characters. I really enjoyed all of that. Dislike, not really a dislike, but something that really throws me off is there's sometimes there are these strange camera angles that feel a bit off. The camera angle isn't strange, but the way the way it's coming up, I feel like it's like on a green screen or there's some level of CG in it when maybe there shouldn't be, right? Like when the guy that wears a hat, I'll remember these names. The guy who wears a hat, he looks down at the kids who are playing, and the little girl, she looks like at a weird. It doesn't look like he's looking down on her. It looks like he's looking down at a video, like at a screen, and then the screen is tilted, so it looks a bit strange. But yeah, just the sets, set design, characters, costumes. It's all. I really enjoy all of it. A lot of lore. There seems to be there was a lot of lore in here, but with my powerful sci-fi fan brain, I was able to deduce most of it. Let's get into the details and what I wrote down. So big thing, 23rd century. So it's 23rd century, so it's the year, 2400 something, right? 24 or something. Now, what I'm wondering is how many people were there? Like how many people went to Mars? How many people went to the asteroid belts? And like when did they go? Right? Wait, did it start? Can't remember if it started on the 20th. Yeah. When did they go, right? I don't know if they had a year for like when they went. Maybe they did, but I didn't write it down. I'd have to check again. But I'm curious as to, when they went and to what point it's like, okay, we have so many people now that we now have to start a war for resources, right? Like how many people are there now? Like how fast did the population grow, basically? So yeah, how fast the population grew? That's a question. How fast did pop grow? I'm gonna write it down. How fast did population did the population grow? So that's the thing. Asteroid belt residents, belters they're called. So Earth residents, earthers. Mars residents, dusters. And asteroid belt residents, belters. Pretty good CG in the beginning with the hair, right? And then they mentioned it was like, oh, a good way to get away from that, space floating sort of thing. Put the hair in a ponytail, give the characters mag boots, or make mag boots a thing in the 23rd century, without having to try to come up with, well, no, because the ship, I'm pretty sure the ship, the ships had like some kind of appeared to be artificial gravity. The Cantus is what it did. The Cantus, which got blown up. So yeah, CG hair turned into a ponytail, mag boots. You don't have to like have so many people on wire work. Human was being consumed in some kind of core, which was the generator core, the engine core. Can't remember what it was called, but it was the core and it was all blue. And I was thinking neutrinos, right? The neutrinos that like fly through everything, right? Because they're so small. But no, something happened, right? They were consumed. Julie was the woman's name. Who sent the distress signal? But we'll get to that later because that ties into the end of the episode. Ceres is, I'm assuming it's probably like the biggest city on an asteroid, or it's like, yeah, I'm wondering. It's like, is it just a really big city, or is it like an asteroid and it's like interconnected cities? So I'm curious about that. That was my computer that just made that noise, so you guys don't worry about it. I know I'd be confused. Earthers, dusters. Well, Walla, traitor to my people. Well, Walla, traitor to my people. I'm assuming man with the hat was perhaps a whatchamacallit, maybe a belter, or he was in an asteroid, especially with the scar on like his spine. So he grew up, I think maybe he was born on Mars or the belt, and maybe he grew up somewhere else, maybe Earth. Belter Creole. So for those of you who don't know, in the United States, in Louisiana, there is Creole French. So Creole French comes from I don't want to get this wrong. So I believe Creole French is usually used mostly along the Black Americans. I'm looking it up right now because I want to get it right. No, that wasn't it. So the Creole language. Let's see. Creole language is what it is, not the Creole people. Because we're talking about the language, right? As you can see, it's, oh wow, it's really bright. So Creole is a complicated complicated language basically, and I'm not doing it any justice by describing it in this way, but it is a it's a dialect of French. Mostly it's in the United States, but it's also found in the I think maybe in like some of the islands in the Gulf of Mexico area, places that were populated by France and where they had a lot of slave trade in. So I'm not an expert in this, but that is what I know, just because I from Texas and I live next to Louisiana. You know what? I'm getting into something completely different. Basically, Creole, it's a dialect of French, so it makes me very curious because you have Belter Creole, which is I'm curious as to how it is, right? Is it because Creole would be a mix of would be like a mix of like languages, right? I think it'd probably be like predominantly French, but it has like a mix of other languages into it. So is Belter Creole just like French that evolved in the belt, so they just used Belter fuck, I can't say it. So they just used Belter Creole. So I'm curious about how that works, right? Because this goes back to like how much time did they spend, or how much time has it been since they reached the belt that they've populated to where resources are getting scarce. So I'm curious about that. And how much time, for there to be a development of a different language, or not a different language, but dialect of a different language. I wonder how long that takes. Maybe 30 years, 50 years, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It is not my area of expertise, but it is something I am curious about. If anybody knows, if you know, if this is your area of expertise, if languages is your thing, let me know in the comments below. Educate me, educate everybody else. Low G muscle development. So people who were born in the belt, I think either born in the belt or born on like Mars, belt and Mars, then they have strange muscle development. They develop differently. They get longer, like they're just taller, it appears to be, because they have like I'm assuming it's like a derogatory term, like long bone, like get away long bone. So there's that. And then later on, when they're like torturing that guy with like gravity, like they're just torturing this dude with like gravity, because his body isn't accustomed to Earth's gravity, so he's just like being weighed down by it, right? I'm curious, how big of a difference is there, right? Like, is it a huge difference to the point where it's like it is really painful, or would it be like just a little bit painful? So another area of expertise that is not mine. So yeah, if anybody knows, let me know. If anybody knows, let me know. Oh, this I really liked. I was hung up on this for a bit. The asteroid collection bay, where they're collecting the asteroids, was like the layout of a microchip, right? So it was just like a layout of a microchip, and it was so cool. I really liked that was just kind of put in there, right? At first I thought it was like, oh, it's a giant microchip, and I was like, no, it's the bay, and it's in the layout of a microchip. So that was cool. I really enjoyed that. Biogel, not Medigel for Mass Effect. Biogel apparently can regrow limbs. So that's interesting, right? This is weird. The dude was just getting his arm fixed up in like the mess hall while people are eating lunch, and they're just like bloody rags and exposed wounds in the mess hall. That was a little weird. Yeah, you'd think a ship that size would have like a proper medical bay, but they didn't. So strange. Maybe, I'm curious. Maybe they did it that way because they needed the character. I can't remember his name. But the main dude on the ship, the new XO, the acting XO, maybe they needed him to be involved in that conversation. But because they're showing that he was really kind of like loosey-goosey, not really interested in this kind of leadership, then they needed, that part of his character would make it so that he wouldn't go visit this guy who just lost an arm. So instead they have it in the mess hall, and now he just goes to the mess hall to like get something to drink, and he's there. Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of why they had an exposed wound being cared for in the mess hall. I can't think of anything else. Drugs to withstand increase in G-force. Yeah. G-force? G's. G-force. Lateral G's. Yeah, they got injected with like drugs, some kind of white drugs, to like for their body to be able to withstand the amount of G's, of them like hauling ass through space. So that was pretty cool. Not something you think of often, right? You just kind of like sit there and you're like, whoa, right? Your body really doesn't go through anything crazy in most sci-fi. So it was nice to see that, like, they're like, hey, you need to take this drug or you're gonna get, screwed up by all this force. Freighter Scopuli was the freighter where the core was eating human beings. Stealth space tech. Yo, Mars had a dope ass looking big ship. I'm curious if like they didn't show the ship, like they didn't show like the people in the ship, but they did show like that it was like windowless basically. So that's a weird kind of thing, right? If you want to make a ship look ominous, you make it look windowless, make it seem as they don't need windows to see outside, unless they did have windows and I didn't see any. So yeah, space stealth tech. No bodies were found on the ship, on the Scopuli. Distress signal was sent out, and it was a ruse to get the freighter, the Cantus, in close so that they can blow it to bits. And I think that's all I took down. That's all the notes I took down. So those were there's likes, dislikes, and going down the list. Likes, dislikes, going down the list. And now I guess theories for the next episode. Well, we got Hat Guy looking for the lady, so either he'll find her or he'll be, getting closer to finding her. And he's probably gonna like uncover some kind of big secret, right, that she has, or she's actually hiding out, and he's gonna uncover like the secret, right? It's like, oh no, now I have to protect her and whatnot. As for the crew of the night, I think it's called. That's what the subtitle says. A night. EXO, acting EXO, and his homies now. I think there's gonna be some instability, right? You know, their crew members, their ship just got blown to bits. How else are they gonna get home? So they're gonna panic. They're gonna argue. They're probably gonna somebody's probably gonna punch somebody else, and then maybe the EXO, acting EXO, will, you know, spill the beans on like, yeah, it was me who pulled everybody. Or that's gonna come up a few episodes later when, you know, things get real hot and real like intense. And that comes out, and then there's like more violence later. There's a woman, I don't know, she works for the UN. I'm gonna profile and say Indian woman, or of that East Asian area. East Asia? No, West Asia. I'm not very good with like that India adjacent. It's my assumption. Correct me if I'm wrong. And her screen time was very short. This is very much just her with her grandson, and then her, you know, torching the long bone. Ooh, I said it. I don't. That has to do with like some kind of. I think the same radical group. So I'm not sure where that's gonna go, but she seems to like be in some kind of position of power, because she's at the UN black site, and she's involved in this torture. So maybe she's gonna, you know, either to prevent war or to start it, she's probably gonna use that guy to her advantage and like either frame him or like rope him in to her benefit, right? But that's all the theories I got. You know, some scuffle with the crew, with the small crew homies. Detective dude's probably gonna find the girl or not find her, but he's gonna get close and start uncovering some kind of secret. And then the UN woman is going to maybe be more secretive and perhaps nefarious in some way, but I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, that's it for the discussion part of this reaction and discussion video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And don't spoil anything, like, at all. But if there's some information, like I said, like when it comes to like me trying to decipher like what's going on with the languages and anything related to science and stuff, like maybe fun facts, you're more than welcome to let me know, but nothing that spoils the show. So yeah, you can just leave that in the comments below, and I'll be sure to read it. And if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications for, you know, next time a new reaction or another one of my videos goes up. And of course, my socials are here, so you can like look it up with your little digits, or you can follow the links down in the description box below. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.